As the build, measure, learn cycle tells, you should measure what you have built so you can learn new stuff, then you can decide what to do next. However, the measuring phase is often a burden because we rely so much on developers to develop the tracking plan, and we have to agree that their priority to develop a tracking plan will always be behind the priority of developing a feature and correcting existing or new bugs. If you are already using metrics from heat maps, user interviews, and usability testing, you are already ahead of the game. And this video will take you to the next level. If you aren't, this video will help you set up things and get started. We'll be basically using event tracking on Google Analytics, but the new stuff is the way you're using to send data to Google Analytics. So far, you had to create or update a tracking plan, share it with the developers so they can add it to the code base, and now instead, you will get to publish it directly using Google Tag Manager. No burden for developers, and you get to track your stuff. Well, what you will need to pull this off is Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, and of course a tracking plan. It is optional, but if you have lots of things to track, it's needed. So here's your Google Tag Manager. And now the first thing, before you even start, what you have to do is click here in variables. Then you're gonna click here on configure. So you can select all these variables. You check them all up. So they have this blue icon here, meaning they are added to your variables. Then open your Google Tag Manager. It should be already installed as well on your website, otherwise it won't work. Hit on this preview button. Then you will see that we'll be going to this previewing your workspace. So it means that when you go to your website and you refresh it, you will see this card from Tag Manager, this popping from Tag Manager, where you can see all the tags that you already created on Tag Manager. And also it is listening the clicks you are performing. So if you take a look here on my bottom left corner, each time I click on the screen, I have 11, 12, 13, click, click, and click. And that's the crucial information that you're gonna use to create your event tracking on Google Tag Manager and send it over to Google Analytics. So basically, you click on the last click you provided, because what you wanna do is see what is inside this variables tab here. So all the information that is inside here will help us to create whatever we need on Google Tag Manager to send it over and to record it and send it over to Google Analytics. So let's take an example. Let's say I'm gonna track this field here, this estimate date field. And when I click here, my click is already recorded here on the summary from Google Tag Manager. I click here. On the variables tab, I'm gonna see which are the items that I can use. For example, there's click ID and there is one ID that is available. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Go back to my tag manager. I'm gonna create a new tag. This tag I'm gonna call Google Analytics Event Tracking Estimation Date, whatever, I think that's the name of the field. Then you will want to link with your Google Analytics account. So you're gonna use the tag from Universal Analytics if you have it. The track type will be event. Then it will open up the four items that you're gonna use that you have to fill. So here, for example, date estimation will be my category name. The action will be date picker opened. Or the action will be on the date picker, either toggle, either click, or open or close it. Label, and for the label we're gonna use the page path, so the URL path actually. So you're gonna go here on the variables, and I like to choose page URL. You can choose anything you want from the list. Either page URL, I'm sorry, or also you can use the page path. I think it's better because instead of having the whole URL, you will have just the thing that comes after the first slash. So your website.com/ whatever comes here, that's the thing that Google Tag Manager will record on the tag. Google Analytics settings, you just will, here you have to select here the Google Analytics that you want to use it. So I just have one, so I just choose the one. If you don't have it, you click on new variable and you get to put your tracking ID for your Google Analytics here, and then it will appear on the list, okay? Then is the second part and most important. You're gonna create the trigger. You come here and you click on the top right corner on this plus icon, new trigger, and you can call that click trigger estimation date, I think that's the name. Trigger configuration. So here you want to choose the trigger type, click on all elements, and here you have this trigger will fire on all clicks or some clicks. Some clicks is the one that you're looking for, and that's the place where you're gonna add the information that we've just copied on the other tab. So the information that we copied from here, we're gonna be adding it on here. So we're gonna choose click ID, right? Because the click ID is the one that we've chosen here, click ID. And contains or equals, as you want. Let me say, I'm gonna go simple and just let contains and estimate revision print date. That's it. So hit save. Then it will go back to your tag. So you already have this trigger attached to this tag configuration. And now you're gonna save the tag. Beam. Oh, sorry, I didn't select here. So yeah, there you go. Now you can save the tag, it's already saved. Refresh the workplace from Google Tag Manager, and then you can go back on the website, refresh it as well. And once I click on this area here, it should appear on the tags fired on this page. So if I click here, yeah, there you go, it worked. I click once, I click twice, okay, fired 4 times, fired 5 times, fired 6 times, fired 7 times, sending the information. It's recording actually the information from Google Tag Manager, but it means that it is ready to go and be sent to Google Analytics. It will only send if you do the last thing, and it's the most simple one, is just go ahead, submit these changes, and you can add a name for this version. For example, each time I save a version of Google Tag Manager, I like to put the name. So add Google Analytics event tracking for date estimation. If you want to have some details here, for example, the link to the doc of the tracking plan that we've just created, you can do it as well. In this way, like in 6 months, if you have to go back and see, you can understand exactly what you've done without having the need to go and look each tag that you created on this version. So it's pretty much simple. Then all you have to do is hit publish. Once it's published, you'll be able to see that on Google Analytics. And that's pretty much it. Piece of cake, right? Really easy. Easy peasy. You can do it like, If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the like button, and also add some comments on the comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great week and be safe. Stay home. Bye. I should think of a way that, I don't know. It will be too much copying Peter McKinnon to start to do like, maybe, or maybe not, because he talks about video and I'm talking about UX and agility and digital. Yeah, I don't know. Well, screw it. Gonna copy this time, but giving credits. Bye.